Hi, I'm going to show you how to make a nappy cake. First of all, you will need a reasonable amount of nappies. I would say probably about 30 to 35 nappies, depending on the size of nappy cake that you decide to make. First of all, what you need before you start rolling the nappies is obviously your nappies. So they could be Pampers, Huggies or a store's own brand. It's entirely up to you. I would recommend that you get some elastic bands to hand because you'll need quite a few of those. And you need to have decided what size of base you're going to make the nappy cake. So all I use is a cake base, and this one's 10 inches. Okay? So I'm going to do this step by step. So there'll be several videos on my YouTube channel taking you through the process to obviously the final product. So first of all, just get your nappy, and obviously when you put it out of the packet, for those of you that don't have children, they literally come out of the packet usually like that, folded up. So you need to unfold them, and then you need to decide which end you're going to roll from. So whatever end you decide to roll from, you just need to be consistent with the rest of your nappies. Now this is only my preference, I'm not saying you have to do this. So if I turn that over for the purpose of this demonstration, you can see here obviously I've got the picture at the top and then the plain side at the bottom. So we'll do it that way. So all you do is start to roll the bottom of the nappy. And as you start to roll, you need to keep the nappy really taut. So as you roll up, it's going to be really tight all the way along. So just keep pulling. And all I do is when I roll, I kind of tend to pull down with my right hand as I roll up. As you've rolled it, keep it tight and get an elastic band and just pop it over the middle. You can do it once round or 2 times round, whichever you prefer. So that's the rolled nappy. I'll do another one just to show. So again, pull it out of the packet. It will come folded up. Open it up, and remember we decided the image was going to be at the top. So we lie it flat on our work surface. We start to roll here at the bottom, and as we start to roll, we keep it nice and tight. Keep pulling that back, so we keep it tight all the way, and then literally roll that up to the top, and then again just pop an elastic band round there. Okay, so that forms 2 of the nappies, and for the base of a 10-inch cake I would say approximately 20 nappies. Again, it depends on how tight you gather them together, as I'll demonstrate shortly, and the other things that you put round it or include within the nappy cake. And what happens is these will actually go upright and they'll be all gathered together, as I'll show you in step 2. Before I go over on to step 2, because when I see you again I'll have all the nappies rolled ready, but just really to kind of give you an idea of what sort of things you might need to put round the nappy cake. Obviously you've got your nappies, elastic bands, cake base. You really could do with some safety pins, some quite large safety pins. You need a couple of blankets ideally. Now in terms of this is the blanket I'm going to use to wrap around the bottom, as you'll see later on. So for a 10-inch cake base, it works out the circumference of the circle, the edge of the circle, it works out about 80 centimetres approximately. And that's 80 centimetres or about 31.5 inches depending on which you prefer to use. So just to kind of give me a guide, if I measure from this end of the blanket, which might be just slightly off your screen, to the other end of the blanket, it's just slightly under 80. However, as you can see, as I pull, the blanket does have some stretch within it, so that should be fine. So like I said, a couple of blankets, so there's one, and then I've got another one. Just be careful not to get too bulky blankets, because obviously as you wrap them around the cake it might be a little bit too thick. Now this cake, we don't know whether it's going to be for a little boy or a little girl, so you can probably see that I've kept it to quite neutral colours. But obviously if you do know whether it's going to be a boy or a girl, or the baby's already born, then you can obviously design it in that way. And then a few other accessories. This is just a rattle, as you can see, little elephant, which will be quite nice to kind of drape over the cake and attach, probably with a safety pin. Then from the same sort of collection, I've got a little giraffe, which is also a rattle, which is quite nice, we can attach. And what I tend to usually do is put in the nappy cake either a little baby grow, and again keeping it neutral if you're not sure the sex of the child. And then also what I usually put in as well is a couple of bath products or baby products, so Johnson's Baby Bath, Johnson's Shampoo. You could do a store's own brand, and I usually put some cotton buds in as well, and I'll show you how they all get put together. So I think that's pretty much it what you need, and I'll see you again shortly. Thanks for watching.